Heupel's Thursday press conference. Coach will make a brief opening statement, and then we'll go right into questions and get a mic to you.
Everybody, just with it being Veterans Day, I want to make sure that I acknowledge just the men and women that have served our country and currently do, and say thank you for all that you do, the sacrifices that you make, and the opportunities that you provide and have provided to myself and all of those that enjoy what we have here inside of this country. So thank you very much. Yesterday, the announcement of our facility, new facility, the expansion, just the support that is here at Tennessee is so unique, and I've said that from the moment that I've gotten here. It's a huge part of why I wanted to be here, but it's even better than I anticipated once I've been inside of the program. And we talk a lot about the student-athlete experience, and certainly this is going to have a huge impact on that. We want to provide the best student-athlete experience in America. I think the culture that we've built inside the building is leading to that for sure. And now you have all the bells and whistles and resources that provide unique opportunities for your student athletes to become their best, but to enjoy their teammates at the same time. And very appreciative of those that have helped provide that opportunity. Can't wait for it to be finished here in the near future. Obviously this week, Georgia, a really good football team. In all three phases of the game, excuse me, really good personnel across the board. They're playing at an extremely high level. Huge test for our football team. Have had a great week of preparation. Excited to get to game day and go compete with our guys. Looking forward to that opportunity.
Questions? Start in the back with David. Get a mic to you.
Hey, Coach, as you get ready for this tough Georgia defense, what are some of the things that they do really well that make them so hard to score against?
Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything that they don't do really well. Schematically, they understand what they're doing defensively. They don't bust. They have their eyes in the right spot. They tackle extremely well out in space. They got good cover guys. They're big, long, physical up front. I think they're really unique in that they got 22 plus guys that are going to play on that side of the ball. They're extremely deep. It's a huge test for us, and for us, I think big football game. You can get caught up in the emotion of the game. I think we got to play with a ton of passion, not get caught up in the emotion of it. We got to do the ordinary things at a really high level, and if we do that, then we'll be ready to go compete at a high level too.
Josh, how would you assess how Hendon has done pre-snap, recognizing blitzes and making sure the O-line protections are shifted in the right way and whatnot?
Yeah, for the most part, he's done a really good job of understanding the protections. Sometimes he's got the freedom to adjust it. Sometimes, he doesn't. And so then you got to understand your hots. I think as we've gone through the season, he's continued to progress with that. Pre-snap recognition, safety alignments, backer alignments, the tells on that, and trying to play efficiently.
Josh, obviously, as you know, Brock Bowers, really successful at Georgia. They have a couple other big tight ends as well. One, what do you think of their group of tight ends? And two, how do you think you guys have defended the tight end position this year?
I think we've defended it well at times. They're a huge part of what they do offensively, playing 12 personnel a lot, and they do that because that group plays and competes at a really high level. They do a really good job in the run game. They do a good job in the play action pass from inside the core, but they're able to split those guys out and use them as wide receivers and try to find mismatches, where they can use their length to their advantage. We have to be dialed into our keys all day long. That's your second level linebackers and then your safeties in particular too.
Josh, where's the line between sort of playing with passion and playing with emotion? I mean, I guess that may be different for each guy a little bit, but how do you define where that line is?
I think when you're playing out of emotion, sometimes there's extra things that happen from snap to whistle, and for us, being on the right side of it, being able to reset to the next play, not letting one play affect the next. That's really what I'm getting at when I say that.
Yeah, Coach, early on we saw Clemson and South Carolina get deep into the Georgia secondary with some deep plays. I think South Carolina had 4 plays over 35 yards. Why haven't we seen more teams have the sort of success that other teams were having earlier this year against Georgia?
Because they got really good personnel on the back end and in the front four. And, their backers, if they decide to bring pressure, have a tendency to get home. Combination of those two things make it difficult.
Thanks.
Obviously, Georgia's been going with Stetson Bennett as of late, but Daniel's certainly very capable as well. Do you do prep for both, or how do you kind of handle that potential
Yeah,
situation?
both those guys, play fairly similarly when they're in the football game. I don't think their offense changes a whole lot, based on who's in there. So you prepare for what you're seeing, the personnel groupings. You understand, what you're seeing from the quarterback position. Got to do a great job of bottling them up. You got to get pressure on them. At the same time, you can't let them escape the pocket.
Patrick and Wes.
Coach, obviously Georgia's defense gets a lot of attention, but they're scoring 38 points a game. What do you see in their offense that makes them be able to put up so many points?
They got a good offensive line, got good skill players, quarterback that's playing super efficient. They're a good football team across the board, offense, defense, special teams. That's why they've played the way that they have in all three phases.
Josh, a couple of things. One, did you, it looks like watching this season, your receivers have been behind secondaries kind of all season long. As you got through camp, as you got to know this team, did you expect they were going to be able to do that? Because you just don't always see that much separation like those guys are getting.
I thought our guys continued to grow as players, and each game unfolds differently, and your matchups are different. Those guys have done a good job when asked to beat the guys that they've gone across, and have found a way to get behind people at times during the course of the year. This is our biggest test. At this point, just the way this defense is playing.
Also, we'll give it a shot. Tyon, Jabari, Warren, any update there?
You're just going to give it a shot?
Yeah. See what happens.
Okay. We always make those decisions based off of Friday's practice, so we'll see where we're at. Good try, though.
In the back, then Eric and Austin.
Well, Coach, a quick follow-up on that. Have they been able to get some work in practice throughout the week?
We have been able to get work with those guys. We'll see where they're at come tomorrow, and hope to have those guys ready for Saturday.
And a quick follow-up, you always stress the importance of the 48 hours beforehand. How is the team's focus heading into Georgia on Saturday?
I think they're really focused today. Was good. It's a Thursday walkthrough type day for us. The energy out there was good, but I thought they were extremely focused, and tomorrow will be a big day for us too, and just finishing it the right way. That was really important, and I mentioned it a lot early in the year because I didn't think we did a very good job of it. We've gotten better as the season's gone on.
Eric?
What makes Jordan Davis so effective up front from your vantage point? And their secondary, they had to replace a lot of guys. How that unit gotten better as the season's progressed?
They just have gotten better cohesively. As the year goes on, you continue to grow in understanding of your schemes, your alignment, your technique, and they've created turnovers. They've flipped the way the game has been played. When you look at the Florida game, it's a 3-0 ball game with 2:30 left in the game, something like that, and it's a 21-point outburst real quick by them. You got to do a great job of managing the football game. You can't not be aggressive, but your kids got to understand they got to be smart too.
Other questions?
Coach, Kirby referenced your time at Missouri and said you've added some wrinkles since then. Could you elaborate on if there are some changes philosophically, and then also how many similarities do you see between what Kirby and George is doing now versus 2016, 2017?
Yeah, some similarities, dating back to 2014 or 2014 Sugar Bowl. There's similarities to what they do schematically, to them growing and changing, and you're different because of your personnel. And for us, we've been different every year, let alone every different stop that we're at, because your personnel changes from who your tight ends are to your offensive line to what your quarterback feels comfortable with. You continue to evolve in this game.
Anything else, Coach? All right.
Guys,
Thank you.
have a great afternoon.
Thanks, John.